Have you ever seen a drowned rat? Cause you have now! So the video that was going to go up today, it's not going up today. So instead, I figured I would just make you more productive. You're welcome. So I understand that when you get home from school or work or whatever it is that you do with your life, you're tired. And the idea of doing anything other than just laying down can seem a little daunting. But you also probably have a list of crap that needs to be done that just continues to grow every single day. And at least for me, when I feel like I have too many real responsibilities and things going on, things like cleaning and taking care of yourself just get shoved right onto the back burner. So today I bring you a solution, the 15-minute rule. When I was in college, I was taking a full load of credits and also trying to work 30 to 40 hours on top of that, along with trying to have a social life and also trying to just drink enough water in the day. So what I used to do a lot and still do whenever I'm just feeling like extra anxious is to basically break things down into 15-minute increments. You can do so much in 15 minutes, but when you think about it, you're like, it's just 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, I will be free. This can be applied to pretty much anything. It's basically just taking much larger things and breaking them down into teenier tiny more like baby step segments that you can actually feasibly do. But over the years, there's a couple things that I like to specifically do. Thus, I will be sharing them with you. Wow, I am a rhyming genius. So starting with some financial-ish. One thing I like to do in 15 minutes is to actually track my spendings. I think this is just a good habit to do in general and can help like give you an idea of what you're actually spending your money on and can help you save and just blah 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 blah. I actually have an Excel spreadsheet that I have labeled into different categories for things that I'm spending my money on, such as like bills, groceries, gas, fun times. And then what I'll do is literally just on my phone, just go through really quickly and then type in everything. Then that way too, you can see how much you're making that month compared to how much you're spending that much, see what you need to spend a little less on, see what you could potentially spend a little more on. And really, it's just a good thing to get in the habit of doing every week, but it only takes like 15 minutes, unless you're just spending a ridiculous amount of money. Then I envy you. Another thing to do is just to organize your wallet. Personally, I freelance for a lot of companies, so I end up having a lot of receipts for like taxes or invoices or just all kinds of stuff. I like to go through and just like remove all the gum wrappers and put the receipts in a folder that they need to be in and just like whatever else is in there. And even if you don't need to do that yourself, it is just good to every once in a while just go through and clean all the crap out of your wallet. Next, let's move on to cleaning. I'm a weirdly like disorganized, organized person. And I tend to get kind of stressed out if the room that I'm in is messy. I can't deal with dirty. There's a difference between dirty and messy. I will not be dirty, but I can make a mess and leave it there for days. So what happens very easily if I don't like stay on top of it is my room will just end up, there's like clothes everywhere and there's just shoes all over and I'm like, what is my life? How am I living? And the thing is, I get to this point where I can no longer even be in my own room because it makes me stressed out until I clean it. Thus I have to clean it, but at that point it's such a ridiculous mess that it takes a lot longer than it would have if I had just done things in increments. Hello, I'm a disaster. So what I find that works best is to just pick one thing and just do it for that 15 minutes. Just set yourself a timer and just go to town on something. I like to do things just like organizing your dresser as much as you can during that time, or dusting off as many shelves as you can during that time. And a lot of the time I find that once I start doing something, even if I'm like, okay, it's only gonna be for 15 minutes, sometimes I get so deep into it that I'm like, yeah, I could keep doing this, and then suddenly you have all this energy you didn't know you had. But if you don't have that, you're free to leave after 15 minutes. I'm gonna say 15 minutes 10,000 times in this video, okay? So if you do find yourself like cleaning your bathroom and it doesn't get done, don't worry about it. Once that timer goes off, you are free to lounge, my friend, and just go right back to it tomorrow. Next thing you can do is clean your car. This is something that can usually be done really quickly, but can make you feel a million times better. I like to just grab a trash bag and go into my car and remove all the cups, the bottles, the random crap. I don't mean go in there and fully detail your car, but I do like to sometimes just go in with a wet wipe and just clean off all the surfaces that I touch a lot. Next thing you could do is clean your makeup brushes. These get so nasty so quickly and you just keep putting it back on your face. You don't have to do all of them by any means, but just grab your main ones. Maybe watch a YouTube video while you're doing it. And give those suckers a good wash. It only takes a few minutes and then your makeup will apply better and your face will feel better. So for work-related things, one thing you can do that I always put off is to respond to emails. During this time, you can just get back to people that you've meant to respond to, just like check up on things. Sometimes I leave emails in my inbox just as a reminder to do something, and then I'll do that during that time. Just like whatever you need to do to deal with stuff. One thing that you can also do during this time is just unsubscribe to all the stupid emails that you get, all the junk that is just cluttering your life, just unsubscribe. Just remove that. Don't do that to my videos. Why would you do that to me? I do know there's an app that you can use that will let you very easily unsubscribe from stuff, but I personally just like when I get them, I just go into the bottom of the email, hit that unsubscribe button. Tell that company you don't want their stuff. Lastly, for work-related things is just to update your resume. Applying for jobs is awful, especially if you're at this age right now where you are not in like your lifelong career job. Every couple of months, just going through and updating your resume will eventually make your life easier when you go to apply for a different job. I find it a lot easier to just think on the last couple months of your accomplishments and then pop those into your resume versus sitting down and having to update something and think of all your accomplishments over the last like couple of years. So just pop a squat for 15 minutes and think about all the stuff that you've potentially done, or even just like aesthetically changing it. Whatever it is you can do in 15 minutes to make your future life easier. So for your health, don't overestimate the 15 minutes. A lot can be done in a short amount of time. If I've been super busy that day and just have a lot going on and somehow cannot just manage to find time to go to the gym, just do a 15-minute video at home. Or what I like to do, it's called the scientific 7-minute workout, and I'll just go through that twice. It's actually more challenging than you would think, but it's very doable and you really have no excuse for not doing it because it's 15 minutes. If working out is just not sounding ideal, then I understand sometimes that happens, but that is not an excuse to sit down on the couch. Instead, you can stretch, my friends. Again, you can just find like 15-minute yoga videos or 15-minute stretching videos, and usually by the end of that, you feel fantastic. Number 9, go on a walk. I know, that is genuinely probably one of the most cliche things I've ever said on this, but going on walks, I swear it can save your mental sanity. Even if it's just 15 minutes, it is great for you physically, but also mentally. I have friends that like to go on walks because that's the best time for them creatively. I personally like to go on walks to sort of de-stress. You can either just like sit there with your own thoughts if you need some time to yourself while you're walking, or in my case, I like to just like complain on the phone to someone for 15 minutes, because then you're still able to catch up with someone and like vent and get whatever you need to talk about talked about, but also you're still getting a little bit of physical activity in. Prep your breakfast. Breakfast, I think, is the meal that is most often skipped, but boo-boo, you need your Wheaties. So instead of using the excuse of, but I like to sleep, instead, just take a couple minutes to prep your breakfast out the day before. There are so many make-ahead recipes. Some of my favorites are overnight oats, breakfast burritos. Just prep all the stuff for a smoothie. Next, for you wee ones in school, I'm gonna go ahead and be a grandma and just put it out there. Flashcards. I did not care in high school at all. Study me? No. When I got to college, I like actually tried and applied myself, and flashcards got me through life. And you can learn so much in just 15 minutes. While you're taking your regular notes or while you're studying or doing whatever, just go ahead and make some additional flashcards. Then for only a couple minutes, just go over your flashcards a bit. I found that the best time to do this was actually before bed, and I think that most people actually end up retaining more, at least I did that way. And yeah, I know I sound like the oldest lady that there ever was, but flashcards will change your life, even if it is for only a couple of minutes a day. I guarantee you'll do better on your test. Guarantee. So the 12th thing that you can do is for your personal sanity, and it is writing. This could be a number of things. You could write a letter to your friend if you've been missing someone and just kind of want to connect and like get your emotions out. Great. Who doesn't like getting mail? Or if you're someone like myself and don't like sharing your feelings, you could just write it in a journal. You may rip them out and burn them later, but for the current time, it's really good to just get all that out. Another great thing that I like to do, especially if you're feeling a little anxious or a little worried, is just write out all the things that you're grateful for. Just pick like 10 things that you're happy about that day and just write them away. And usually by the end of that, you're like, wow, I have a lot going for me, and then you feel a little bit better about your current situation. Lastly, speaking of writing, write yourself either a to-do list or schedule out your next day. I personally like to do a little bit of both. I will write out a list of all the things that I need accomplished. And if you have a lot of stuff, something that I like to do that just makes me feel more like I'm capable of accomplishing that much stuff is to actually just time block everything out. That doesn't mean when you actually go to do it, you have to stick to every single block. You can just do it as basically a sketch, but even just seeing that there is hope that you're going to be able to fit everything in the next day makes me feel a lot better. And that is everything. That is 13 productive things that you can do in 15 minutes, you suckers. Yeah, now you have no excuse. Aren't you annoyed that you watched this video? Probably. For other reasons too, but hey. So that's everything for today. Go do something on this list. I just gave you 13 things. Take a cold shower because it's a million degrees, and have a nice day. Bye, thanks for watching.